fellow believers, this is a really important one for us to just know what's in here. It is time for my Christian review of regular books and no spoiler review of Heartless Hunter. Let's get into it. For those of you who haven't seen one of these videos before, here's how it's gonna go down. First, I do my regular review, what you know and love to expect from a book review, star rating, what I recommend it, what I thought, etc. But then I get into my Christian review, and that's where I go over the basic pieces of a book that may or may not have a fellow believer or anyone wanting to read it. You can find a video pinned at the top of the playlist, which gives all of my information about my Christian review. So if you want more detail, go check that out. And by the way, fellow believers, this is a really important one for us to just know what's in here, so let's go ahead and get into it. Heartless Hunter was a book club pick, an in-person book club pick with a group of fellow believers. So I was like, you know what, I believe, I'm in this, I'm with this, and I was sadly mistaken. I struggled so much with this book. I feel like the writing style was extremely juvenile. It is a YA series, okay? So to an extent, I'm going to understand and get there with them. I've read so many YA series that do not feel YA, and this one felt painfully young adult. However, it is not to me appropriate for a young adult to read because of the darkness that's within this book. And that's for my Christian review, but to me, none of it made sense. On top of that, it is a magic, lovesick cat and mouse game, and I did not enjoy myself whatsoever with that trope or experience. Just all of it fell really flat for me. I tried so hard to read this book, and I think I truly only would have finished it because it was a book club book, but if they had continued on in the series, I had told them already, I will not be reading the rest of the books in this series. I cannot. It is that much that I disliked it. Ultimately, I rated it 1.75 stars. I only gave it 0.75 of that 1.75 stars because the ending was interesting. I wouldn't say it's good, but it definitely kept my interest at the very end there. And so it got bumped up. The magic system was okay, but I also struggled with what the magic system was basically saying or what it was encouraging. So on multiple ways and for multiple reasons, I do not like this book. But if you're still wanting to check this out, let's go ahead and get into my Christian review. The first category I always love to touch on is smut or spice because it's popular. And this is a YA series, so should there be smut or spice? No. Was there? Yes. There was one small scene. It wasn't massive, but it's there. And definitely something to skip past. The second category is violence or gore. Again, this is a fantasy series, so the risk is there. And yes, there is violence and gore. It's not so graphic that it makes me worried. However, and we're gonna get into this magic system, part of the magic system is inherently gory. And so therefore, it is a bit much. The last category is the magic system. And as I've mentioned a few times in this video, there are definitely concerns that I have. The magic system encourages a type of self-harm. It's also extremely dark, okay? They are literally bad people. They are bad people that you are rooting for. And those are the ones that are the witches. They also are the ones that are using blood in order to accomplish their magic. I can't get behind that on a good day, but I really can't get behind that when the way that they get that blood is through themselves, either harming themselves through their menstruation blood or through the blood of others. That is so beyond graphic and gross to me. It's too much. It was way too dark, and I personally could not, in good conscience, read that or encourage that for others. Again, even though this series is YA, I truly do not recommend it for anyone under the age of 18. I think that the magic system is so dark that you really need to be able to make those decisions for yourself as an adult, and I don't know that teenagers should be reading about a book with self-harm in it. As always, you can find everything that I'm reading and rating in real time by following me on Goodreads. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok, and I do have my own YouTube channel where I go over more of my day-to-day reading journey and what I'm liking or not liking. You can find everything you need to stay in contact with me down in the description box below. However, I don't want our conversation to end here. You can leave a comment down below about what you think, if you've read this series, what your take is on it, or you can send us an email at hello@trokia.org. I cannot wait to see you on the next one.